it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. And we are here to just spend a little time together on Friday afternoon and evening for some of you, and to say hi and just check in with you. We're gonna make a project together. We're gonna look at, I want to try to get this up on my computer so I can see your comments. We're going to look through the catalog together. We're going to make a card together, use a little easy, super easy watercoloring. There we go. Let me see. Okay, I always forget why these comments are on, and I don't know. Maybe I'll turn them off later because I don't really know why they're there. Okay, so thank you for stopping by today. Ellie, it is warm. It is pretty warm here. Today is less warm. It's been in the lower 90s, but it's been over 100 for a couple of days. We've been pretty warm here. And you can tell she gets sleepy in the afternoon, but she has been out, I think I've told you this before, she's been out chasing butterfly shadows. I think I've told you that. She can't see up. You know, she doesn't put her head real cranked up, but she sees on the ground the shadows of the butterflies going over, and we have a lot of plants, some nice plants planted that attract butterflies. So she sees the butterfly shadows and she runs and chases all of them. It's really fun. It's very fun to watch her. So that's what we've been doing. Warm weather, when we let her outside, she chases the butterfly shadows. And I've been inside mostly making cards and doing card things because it's so much fun. So I thought I would tell you a couple of things that are going on with Stampin' Up! Right now. We have two great promotions. Hey, Sue. And the promotions we have right now are extra Stampin' rewards. So if you place an order of $250 at one time, you will get $25 extra Stampin' rewards to use right then for free product. More product and free product. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, Ellie's ready to get down and take her nap. So that is one Stampin' Up! Promotion right now, that if you place an order of $250, you will receive 25 extra dollars in Stampin' rewards, or yes, Stampin' rewards. Now, if you want 25 more dollars, you have to place another separate order of $250. But that is great, and that goes the whole month of June, so you'll want to take advantage of that in June. Now, the other promotion that we're having is a joining promotion. When you join Stampin' Up!, and I know when I say that you might think, join, you know, what do I have to do? I don't want to do anything. I just like to make cards. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was concerned about that, but when you join, the only thing that happens is you get great products, and right now you get a free bundle of your choice from anywhere. Anywhere in the new catalog, a free bundle. If it's a punch bundle and a stamp bundle, or a die and stamp bundle, you get a free bundle of your choice. You spend $99 to join, you get $125 product plus a free bundle of your choice, and it ships free. You can't lose. And there's absolutely no obligation. For 3 months, you will get 20% off everything else after that point. After you purchase your starter kit, 20% off everything that you buy for the next 3 months with no obligation. And it's just a great deal. They only have these good deals a couple times a year, so I want to make sure that you know about it. So those are the two promotions. Now, sharing. You guys did such a great job sharing last week. 8 of you shared the Facebook Live, and I'm so thankful that you did that. 8 shares. So I had a lot of people to choose from. And the winners of the 2019-2021 In Color Faceted Dots are Trudy Oliver. Trudy Oliver won one of these, and then Linda Brady won the other. So private message me so that you can send me your address. If I don't have it, I think I have Linda's. I don't know that I have Trudy's. So send me your address, private message me your address, and I'll get these out to you right away. Now, our prize for next week is going to be some aqua painters. If you share my Facebook Live anytime during the week, now or during the week until next Friday, and I will choose from among the ones that submit. I usually use the random number generator to choose for me. And I will send you, if you're the winner, a set of aqua painters. Now we have brand new water painters that came out. I'm going to use those today. Hey, Brian. But I had these left over in my stash, so I'm going to give these away for next week to anybody who shares. Okay, so now we are going to take a quick look at this catalog before we get into our project. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and we'll see. Okay, there we go. There is the catalog, and up here I've got my host code listed, and that's my host code for the month of June. If you use my host code, hey Linda, share it again. Good job, because you won from last week, so good job. And if you use my host code, you will get a free package of the square vellum doilies if you place an order this month and use my host code, which is written right up here. And I recognize that you can't really see it. Let's see if I can just get you to see that. Yes, it's AUDSCQXT is my host code for the month of June. And it's also on my blog on the left-hand side. So we'll get my little face back in there for you. Okay, so here's our catalog. And I thought I'd just show you a couple things before we do our project today. And it is going to be a very easy watercolor project. I'm going to show you the new water painters. But I wanted to just show you a couple of things. If you don't have a catalog, contact me and we'll make sure that you get one. This catalog is beautiful. It has tons of gorgeous stuff. And I want to show you right on page 1, there's a neat, interesting way to find out what's in the book. And it talks about sweets. Can you see that? Hi, Judy. Good to see you. The sweets are multi-product sweets that have one price for ordering if you want all the products. If not, you can get them separate, but they're all meant to go together beautifully, and they are beautiful. Now, last week we looked at the Peony Garden Suite, didn't we? And this week we're going to look at the Forever Greenery Suite. So you can see your suites lined up right here and the areas of the catalog. The All Occasion area, the Love, Thanks, and Support area, Kids and Babies, Birthday, and Artistic Expressions. And that's where that type of stamp is going to be for you, that kind of stamp set. But of course, you're going to want to look through the entire thing if you haven't. And then I also want to show you at the back, this is so helpful to me. The very back inside is an accessories index. So if you're looking for, like today we're going to use the water painters, right there, water painters, page 147. Let's check them out and see what they look like. And it's very helpful. Let me just get to 147. Okay, where are they? Here they are. Let me put that up so you can see it, hopefully. Right here are the 3 water painters. They now come in a set of 3. There are 3 painters, 1 fine tip, 1 medium tip, 1 large flat brush tip. And you use with the Fluid 100 watercolor paper or the shimmery paper, shimmery white, which we're going to use today. And here are those the water painters. They replaced our aqua painters. And here they are, and this, I'll open them to show you. This is the really, really thick one. Let me see. There you can see. I haven't even used this yet. Maybe I should, but I don't know, it looks quite large to me. That's the large one. And then, let's see, this is the medium one that is really the only one I've used. I think it's the medium one. Maybe this is the medium one. There, this is the medium one. You have to look pretty close. And this is the one that I'm going to use today. Trying to get it in the view for you. There we go. And then there's the very fine tip, and that's a little more pointy. And what you do is you fill them with water, and one little trick is they screw on backwards. That's for safety. So to open them, you turn right instead of the normal left. Fill that part with water, and then again go the opposite direction that you would be inclined to do to put them back. So those are the water painters. Now let's go back, looking at the catalog, to our very last page. That was the accessories index. So you can find things like pearls, punches. It tells you where to find the punches. And then the pages right prior to that are the different stamp sets by name. And I use this a lot too. So I'm thinking I wanted to give you that kind of a heads up so that you know how to help you find things. Hey Christy, how are you? So the index. All right, now that's all I'm going to talk about the catalog today, except to go to the featured suite that we're going to use today, which is Forever Greenery, and this is gorgeous. I might have used it before, but we're going to do a couple different things today, and it's so beautiful. It deserves many, many videos because it is so gorgeous. Look at this. It's all leaves in different color greens, beautiful papers, beautiful ribbons. Here's the other page with all the gorgeous projects. These are the papers. We're going to look more closely at them again. I know I've shown them before, but we're going to look again. And then here is the third page of the suite, and it shows the stamp set, which we're going to use today. So and these are, if you want to look in your own catalog, pages 108 to 110. Okay, now let's check out what is in this suite. Let me bring it over for you. So it's all piled up here. The first thing is the ribbon. You have a beautiful kind of mesh ribbon and a beautiful gold twine. Now, unfortunately, these are currently on back order. I ordered them way in the beginning when we had our pre-order, and they are currently on back order. It could be mid-July. Some of them where I didn't check right before I came on. But these are beautiful, beautiful ribbons, and you'll see me using them in a lot of projects. If you didn't get them, put them on your list. They're called I have to go back to my catalog. They're called the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack. Put it on your list, and you may even be able to order it. I'm not sure. And just pay now, and they send it to you when it comes in. I'm not sure about that. All right, I just had the doilies to show you. That's the host code gift for this month. They don't go with the suite. These are some beautiful embossing folders. These are the smaller ones that we're going to use in our new little mini embossing machine when it's available later in the year. And these are, but of course you can use them in any embossing machine. Super cute. Here is the stamp set we're going to use today, Forever Fern. And look at those gorgeous leaves and very nice sentiments. Sue Moore is asking, were the ribbons in my ribbon share? I closed off my ribbon share, and they are in the ribbon share. However, I wasn't able to ship them, so I'll have to ship them and a few others that are on back order, Sue. And I put a note, so all the people who purchased my shares know that. These are the dies, the Forever Flourishing dies. Aren't those gorgeous? I'm not going to use those today either because we're going to do something simple. but beautiful. This we are going to use today. This is the Forever Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. Look at this. These are pre-cut, pre-die cut, beautiful gold pieces. See if I can get this one so you can see it. Look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? And there's also, they come separated by tissue paper because they're so delicate. And you get 3 of this sheet, and I have to be very careful, and then you get 3 of these sheets, which are kind of framing pieces. Can you see that? You see how those are? Aren't those beautiful? Hey Marcia, good to see you. Beautiful, beautiful, 3 of those. And we're going to use a tiny bit of this gold today. I'm going to be very careful with it. Okay, and then the last thing in the suite is the beautiful papers that I've shown them here before, but they are just out of control. Gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And I think those are a must for your paper collection. Okay, let's get started with our card that we're going to make today. And I had a request from some people to show how to do a little light watercoloring that I used on one of my cards. And so I created a different card, and I'm going to teach that today. And here is, I've made several samples for you. Here is one. It's using this suite, and it's simply stamping on shimmery white cardstock. And shimmery white has little, I don't know if you can see it, little tiny speckles of sparkle, but it also receives watercoloring really well. So I did this one for a sample for you, and I also decided to go very bold with some Magenta Madness. There's a very bold one. And then we're going to do something even different today, just so that you can see the different kinds of things and ways you can do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my piece of shimmery white cardstock. And this piece is 3 3/4 by, let's see, 3 3/4 by 5. And what we're going to do, I'm going to use mint macaron for the background, the part that we're going to watercolor. So I'm going to turn it on the side because I want my stamps, the leaves, to go this way. I'm using this particular stamp today because it's going to be kind of the background stamp. I'm going to ink up my stamp, and I'm going to put it right up here. I love mint macaron. It's one of my favorite greens. It's just beautiful. And then I'm just going to keep putting this, stamping it on down. And I might even put a little bit right there. Now, very quickly, I'm going to get my water painter, and this is the medium one, and I'm going to just squeeze out a few dots of water, and I'm going to start just, not too much, but I'm going to start blending it. And what it does is it pulls out a little tiny bit of that color. And the weather here is so dry today, very dry weather. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And if you just keep going over your stamped image, it brings, can you see it bringing some of the color out? Not, if it was a darker color, it would bring more of the color out. But I mean, this is the easiest and most basic thing you can do with your water painters, is just, it gives a different look, it deepens them a little bit, and it brings a little bit of the color out into the rest of your card. And especially right here where the color is concentrated, right there around the stem, I can get a little more color out. This is very faint, but you can see it. I can see it on the screen. It just, and this is what I do many times. People have asked me, how did you do that? And I'll do this many times as a basis for my cards to start out with, and then I can do other things. Now, I'm going to show you, you see how it's curled up. I'm going to show you what to do about that. I'm going to get my heat tool, and I won't talk because I'm going to heat. You heat on the front and the back. To get that all dry. And it tends to curl up toward the heat tool. You can see it curling. Okay, now let me see. That feels pretty dry. Let me just do a little bit more drying right up in here. Of course, you could leave it alone and let it dry if you have the patience, but I never do. And then what I do is I just kind of work with the paper. Hi, Darlene, good to see you from Wisconsin. What's your weather like back there? So I just usually kind of work the paper, and I kind of move it in different directions. I just take a few minutes to get it kind of what you might call flattened out or straight. Very carefully, just kind of play with the paper. And you can see, let me show you my finished ones. For example, this one right here was exactly like that. And it's completely flat now. It flattens out as it dries. And sometimes, I know you really can't see this, but I'm going over the edge of my desk and rolling it back and forth on the edge of my desk. And that kind of flattens it a little bit. So that's not too bad. It will get better as it dries. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in with our accent color. And I could have used the magenta. That would have been really pretty, but I decided to use some purple, Highland Heather. And I really love this stamp here. I think it's a very neat, it's just neat. It's kind of rounded. I really like it. So I'm going to come in with some Highland Heather, and I'm just going to stamp that. It's kind of like berries, isn't it? Doesn't it look a little like berries? Just like that. And then I might have some come out like that. And basically that's it. That's exactly how I did this one, only it's lighter. Now, this stamp set also comes with a very fun little dotted stamp. And I really, oh, you're supposed to get frost tonight in Wisconsin? Oh my goodness. Hey, Biba. Let's see, I'm just gonna get some of that Highland Heather. I just want to be very light with it. Just a very light sprinkle. Because this is just so popular now. And I just kind of, whoops, little boo-boo there. I'll be covering that with my sentiment. So now that's stamped. I'm going to give the card a background of mint macaron. Doesn't that look pretty? On a white card base. So the card base is your normal 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to use multi-purpose glue to put my mint macaron piece on, and this one is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And you know, very, very light, very just barely glue. And then put this down, and I love that you can move it around. You all know that. Okay, now I'm going to use one of our new adhesives for this piece. I'm going to work it just a little bit more here. I wish I was patient. I know some people are, and they would let it dry under a book overnight, or I know you can iron it and all kinds of stuff. I just don't have the patience because I really want to use it right away. So I've been playing with this wonderful Stampin' Seal Plus, and I really, really like it. It holds really tightly, and that's why I'm going to use it on this piece, because it'll hold it until it dries flat. And the one trick to it is you don't pull up at all, and you don't check at all. With our old fast fuse, you had to take it off, you did a little check mark. This you have to make sure to keep it down. And I'm going to put, sometimes you do have to get it started. I'm going to really put it, I'm going to get my glasses on here, and you just keep going. You don't pull it up at all. And I want to be sure to get plenty on here, because that will hold this watercolor piece down while it dries, finalizes the drying process. You may not use as much as I am, but uh-oh, I think I got a little Ellie hair in there. But I want to make sure to get it all around the edges. And I'll go over on this side. And just don't lift up, just pull off. Okay, and the one thing is this will not be movable when you put it down. So I want to really study how I'm putting it on here. Okay, just like that. That looks pretty good. And you see right away it flattens down, because that adhesive is very, very good adhesive. I really like it. That is Stampin' Seal Plus, but it's immovable. So you do have to know that. So now we're going to do our sentiment, and we're going to do that. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape on that, because I want it to really show. So our sentiment is, to a friend that makes me smile. And I want to make sure it looks dark enough. I think I might do it one more time. Like I said, it's so dry here in San Diego County right now. I know over in Arizona they've been having fires. I want to just make sure I get that. I don't know. I guess they're both kind of the same. So what I'm going to do with the sentiment is I'm just going to cut around it. I liked the way it looked. So I'm just going to fussy cut rather than cut it with a die or a punch, which you certainly could. I'm just going to real quick cut right around it. I think it fit in the space really well, and the kind of the dimensions of the card. And so then I'm going to adhere this with Stampin' Dimensionals to lift it up just a little bit off the card. Now there's so much more that you could do with this card. You could add ribbon, you can add all kinds of things, but the only thing we're going to add is a little bit of those gold leaves, just so we can play with them. Okay, here we go. Just 2 little dimensionals. And we'll put that on right there. Don't you think that's just a cute card? I really like it. Now let's be sure we stamp the inside with, let's stamp the inside and the envelope like we always do, with a little Highland Heather and these kind of rounded blossoms that I like. So we'll just put some there on our inside of our card, and we'll put some on the outside of our envelope. We'll put even double out there. Isn't that cute? Okay, now let's get just that little tiny piece of gold here. Let me see if I can find what I want. I used it before. Little teeny tiny. Where did I get that from? Well, maybe we'll take a different one this time. Maybe we'll just take, oh, okay, we'll just take these and see how these look. Okay, we might just, I'm going to trim off the edge, the base, and just, I think that might look nice. And I'll put a little dot of my liquid glue on the back. Oops, well that's more than a dot, but that's okay. And then you just have to remember to stick it in between or down where the dimensionals are not. So there's our card for today. Isn't that just cute? I love the Forever Greenery set, and I wanted to show you how I did the watercoloring because some of you have been asking about that. I think you're really going to like this technique. If you don't even watercolor at all, it's really easy to do, and it gives an addition to the card. Just by pulling that color, it makes it look just a lot more arty. So I want to thank you so much for stopping by today, and I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget, share. If you share this Facebook Live anytime between now and next Friday, I will put you in a drawing for these, get them over here, a brand new set of aqua painters. They were just retired, and they will allow you to do exactly what we just did on our project today. So thank you so much. Hey, Sue. I really appreciate you watching and sharing, and I hope you'll pop over to my blog, prettypapercards.com, to see what I do during the week. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.